What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from Angry Chair Brewing, and they're out of Tampa, Florida, and this is their Imperial German Chocolate Cupcake Stout. So this is an Imperial Stout that is brewed with coconut, cacao, vanilla beans, and lactose. It comes in 11% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. And this can is just under 7.5 months old. I'm going to give a huge thanks, shout out once again to a friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Gregory, for this beer. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies he sent my way. And he sent a small yet extremely impactful beer mail. 4 beers, 3 of which are from Florida. And this might be the best of the bunch. And that's because, full disclosure, while I haven't had this beer, I've had the non-Imperial version of this one. It was called just German Chocolate Cupcake Stout. I had it at a beer share back in the fall of 2018, and I had like 4 or 5 ounces of it, and I'm sure, positive, that it wasn't on a fresh palate, because you're at a bottle share and enjoying a bunch of different beers. However, I remember loving it. It was one of my favorite beers of 2018. So when I saw this one in the box, I was super stoked. Now, Gregory did say that this one was released back in September. I checked their Instagram. They actually released it on August 18th. It might have made distro, in like early September or whatever. So this is just under 7.5 months old if we say the Canton date is around the 18th of August. Hopefully none of the adjuncts have fallen off, but I'm really looking forward to this one. Now, we'll see if I'm able to actually crack this one open, because as you can see, there's a dent in the can. There's a dent on the side. We'll see if I'm able to crack it open. If not, I have a bread and butter knife. I didn't want to do a sharp knife to kind of open it up if I struggle to get it open. And I did not struggle. Or did I? Oh, I did a little bit. You know what? I'm going to take this bread and butter knife. That really didn't do anything. So you know what we're going to do? Take this bread and butter knife. I'm going to taste it. Shit went everywhere, so hang on. Shit literally went everywhere when I opened that. Wow. Did not expect that. It went everywhere. We're going to see if I get a horrible pour out of here. Yeah, look at this great pour. I was going to try. I probably needed a sharper knife. We'll do something like that, because this is a big beer. I don't want to get crazy. And who cares how I pour it or what I do off camera, with this beer. So we're going to throw this over here, and I'm going to have to see where all of this shit spilled, because this is like dark, very, very dark beer. Yeah. All right, so I think I got most of it. We'll see. I think we should be all right. Anyway, let's get a look of it. So I'm using the Bring Out Your Dead glass from Bellwoods, because why not? And yeah, that looks pretty crazy. I don't know why there's condensation. It's out of my beer fridge, but it is a little bit warmer out, so there's a little bit condensation on the glass for some reason. But this one was out of my darker beer fridge. I put it in there yesterday. It's 54. So anyway, so yeah, that's pitch black, poured out, pitch black, very, very rich looking. Had about a finger of a brown colored head, like almost dark brown. It is now displayed to a thin film, probably because all the adjuncts. Hold it up to light. There is a little bit of like a ruby red, almost like kind of like dark brown color here that I can see a little bit. Outside of that, it looks pitch black. It's going to look pitch black on camera, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, there are some alcohol legs at 11% around the edges. Looks nice though. Let's get a nose. Okay, so first things I can say is that it's just under 7.5 months old, right? The one issue that could pertain to this beer is because it's so, it's 7.5 months old, the adjuncts could fall off. I'm also getting a slight umami character here, which kind of concerning. It has, a little bit of like a umami character, like slight soy sauce, very slight. But as I just went back, there is big German chocolate cake vibes. It has that beautiful, rich, dark chocolate with a like toasted coconut scent. And it's making me excited just smelling it. Now, I will say, I try to go into reviews without any preconceived notions. But however, there are certain desserts when I do like a pastry stout or like a pastry sour or something that like, I buy those beers because I love the dessert. German chocolate cake, top tier for me when it comes to desserts. Same thing with like key lime pie. So I've reviewed quite a few key lime beers, usually key lime pie sours. And I usually like them. Why? Because I like key lime pies. Same thing here. I love German chocolate cake. It's going to be hard for me not to enjoy this beer. You know, that is a bias that I cannot, you know, just say, oh, I'm going to leave that at the door because I can't. Now, I can tell you about brewing faults, and like I'm telling you about that soy sauce umami, that might be an off character, who knows. But there's a pretty good chance I'm going to enjoy this beer. Just letting you know up front. Oh, holy shit. I just went back, and it was like pure on fudgy, kind of like straight on chocolate frosting. Yeah, now it just smells like chocolate frosting, which isn't a bad thing. However, the one issue that I might have with this beer, and it goes for pretty much any beer nowadays, but mostly pastry stouts that are already 10, 11, 12% and have a bunch of, you know, they have a bunch of different adjuncts. Lactose. I don't know how necessary lactose is for me personally for a lot of these beers. Yeah, it helps with the body and the mouthfeel and whatnot, but a lot of times it just puts the sweetness over the top, and I'm hoping that's not the case here. But I'd be bullshitting if I said anything else. Like, I don't get any kind of like base, like roasted malt quality. I am getting right now, the one thing I'm getting when I go back to the nose is straight up chocolate frosting, which isn't a bad thing. Chocolate frosting is delicious. However, that is a bit disconcerting based on the fact that there's other adjuncts in here, and I don't want to just drink chocolate frosting, or maybe I do. It smells interesting, different, pretty good. I just hope it's not crazy sweet. Anyway, huge thanks to Gregory for this beer. This is kind of like a bucket list beer. Ever since I had the base one, I was like, man, I'd love to try the Imperial one. And Gregory was nice enough to send it my way. So thanks, Gregory. I do appreciate it. Cheers, everyone. Not infected, no umami, no soy sauce, just straight on German chocolate cupcake stout. I mean, they call it German Chocolate Cupcake Stout. Is this a cupcake? I don't know. Like, German chocolate cake is what I thoroughly enjoy. So the fact that I guess it'd be in a cupcake, same thing. Yeah. However, is it sweet? Yeah, it's real fucking sweet, if I'm being honest. Let me go back for another sip. Body. It's thick. It's viscous. It's medium full to almost full on body. Appropriate. I don't think anybody outside of like Paul over at PaTroll News would say this is thin. So it has a nice viscosity. It almost has a fudgy kind of chewy texture, but not like over the top. The mouthfeel. Mild to moderate carbonation. Softer than anticipated, smooth, somewhat creamy. Lactose doing its job, I think, for the body and mouthfeel. The taste. This is one of the best beers I've had that doesn't have a complexity to it. That makes sense? Like, there isn't a whole lot going on in the taste outside of what it says the beer is. So it's not like, oh, I'm getting roasted malt and dark fruits and I'm getting this and that. And it's German chocolate cake or German chocolate cupcake, an 11% Imperial Stout form. Although the Imperial Stout is just like kind of like a base for all of the adjuncts to ride over top of. Like, it's not really bringing any Imperial Stout characteristics to the table. Yeah, from front to back, chocolate, dark chocolate, like a dark chocolate frosting, toasted coconut. The vanilla is kind of, you know, with that dark chocolate making the frosting. A very big sweetness. It is going to be, I'll tell you right now, if I drink the rest of that can, it's going to be cloying the last 4 to 8 ounces. Like, this is a beer I'd like to split with one other person. I think 8 ounces of this, I'd be cool. More than that, no. I think this is a little bit more than a flight beer for me, because a flight beer is usually like 4 or 5 ounces. I'd like 8 ounces of this, because I like the flavors. But I'm going into this understanding that the sweetness is, you know, it's a thing. And I kind of knew that going into it. But it is going to be cloying halfway through the can. So this is a very rich, decadent, sweet, cloying beer. And you don't get a lot of the base Imperial Stout. However, it's German, as I said earlier, it's German chocolate cupcake, German chocolate cake, and I love it. So, like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I don't love this beer because it's fucking delicious. However, it's just not a beer that's sessionable or a beer that I could drink an entire can of. I wish the finish had like more of like a mild to moderate bitterness or like a semi to full on dry kind of feeling, because there's not much of a dryness and there's not much of a bitterness here. It's just like sweet through and through. So I love the flavors. This is tough where it's like, I wish I almost didn't rate on my channel, although I'll always rate. I take that back. I don't know if I'll always rate, but I like rating beers because then you get a kind of an idea of where I rate it and compare it to other beers. But I like to kind of make a disclaimer when I'm going to rate this beer, what I rate it, and let you know what I think about it. I'm going to give this a high rating because I love the fucking flavor to this one. Keep in mind, though, it's extremely sweet. It's extremely cloying. And if you don't like German chocolate cake or something in that realm, you're not going to like this one. For me, I luckily love it. However, this is 100% a sharing beer for me. I'd like to share it with another person. I could maybe even share it with two people and have like 5 1/3 ounces, right? But that doesn't mean I don't like the beer. It's just, I only like so much of the beer. I only want it in small amounts. Oh yeah, 11%. Highs the ABV quite well. I know it's a big beer because of the body, the mouthfeel, and the flavors. A little bit of warming in my chest. Nothing on the palate. 11%, definitely not. So it hides the alcohol well. So pros. Pros. It tastes like a German chocolate cake or a German chocolate cupcake. 100% tastes like it. Toasted coconut, dark chocolate frosting, a little bit of that vanilla, is producing the frosting. It's sweet. It almost has a cakey, fudgy kind of feeling. So yes, it tastes like it. Hides the alcohol extremely well. The mouthfeel and body are spectacular. Negatives, it's sweet. It's cloying. Like that too. And then you don't really get the base Imperial Stout. So I'm kind of conflicted of where I want to go rating wise, but I think I have to rate this. What the fuck? What is that? How? I don't understand what just happened. Doesn't matter, not really. So anyway, that just my fucking coaster just stuck to it. I don't understand. Anyway, rating on the Angry Chair Imperial German Chocolate Cupcake Stout. I'm going to give it a low 4.5 and go 4.4. The reason for it, flavor alone, this is like, I'll start it at 5 because it's fucking darn near purple. Purple? I think I'm being hammered. Darn near perfect. Darn near purple? Holy shit. What is wrong with me? Anyway, it's darn near perfect, okay? But then I started that 5 out of 5 and I go, is it cloying? Yeah, okay, gotta knock it down a little bit. Do I get the base beer? I don't. Gotta knock it down a little bit more. The body and the mouthfeel I kind of take, into consideration for, again, it's darn near perfect, right? So I landed a 4.4. Is that a good score? It's a fucking great score. Is it, world class? Not really. But I will say this. I'm thankful Gregory sent it my way and I got a chance to try it. I just wish there was a little bit more of something else to break up the monotony of all the rich, decadent, sweet characteristics. And that's where I'll leave it. This fucking label's fantastic. It might go behind me on the pretentious wall of bottles and cans. We'll see. I don't know. But it's a fucking awesome beer. Anyway, and yeah, I noticed the one gold tooth at the bottom too, which I think is cool. Anyway, put it back over here. Price point availability, no idea. So Gregory, I don't know, what you paid for this one. I would hope like cans of this aren't more than like 10 to 15 bucks, somewhere in that realm. I mean, it's 11%, it's a can. I would prefer it to be in like the $8 to $10 realm for this, but who knows? I don't know. And then availability, I have no idea. So Gregory, anybody else want to chime in? Let me know. I will say at the end of the day, awesome experience to try this one. I think I like the base more. I don't remember the base being as sweet, but again, I had it at a bottle share. My palate wasn't fresh. I don't know. I just remember that one being maybe a little bit more complex and maybe, again, a less sweetness. And it was just like, but again, I had 4 ounces of it, which if I had 4 ounces, this would be like, let's say I went to the brewery and I had it on a flight. I'd be like, oh, this is amazing. Maybe I give it a 5 out of 5. But when you sit down on camera, on YouTube, and you're breaking it down. Now, as I look at my mind's going from one place now. Look at the beer. There's like little specks of like, I think like it's toasted coconut in there. Could be. I don't know. But anyways, I break this down on camera. You quickly realize the faults and, the how the drinkability is impeded by the sweetness. So, I don't know. It was fucking awesome to try. So I can't thank Gregory enough for this one. If you've had this one before or anything else from Angry Chair, post it in the comment section. I appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. I'm going to go drink the rest of this if I can. We'll see if I can. And I'm probably going to be feeling good because I'm already feeling good. Yeah, I'm already feeling good. So anyway, I'm going to shut this one down to the next one. Cheers.